we were in a position where, bro, the whole team is balling out, man can pick and choose and call out Luke Shaw. But brother, man's got a goalkeeper that's about to sign a new deal. Yeah, like that's left me bamboozled for the past 2 months.
It's
Man's
a pay
got
cut though.
yeah, but brother, he can chill here for free, fam. I need him gone. I need the hair, bro. I've wanted this brother gone for the past 5 years, and I swear to God, when Ten Hag came in, I was like, that's it. Like, this is just God sending him my way because I was like, there's too many men with 18 to 24 months to go. He's gonna bin him. Like the Dutch principle of play. Like you need Donnies that can play out from the back, and besides the whole shot stopping and this and that, like bro, David De Gea in his first debut game for Man United, Community Shield against Manchester City, you saw the flaws, the fact that he can't command his box, the fact that he can't play out from the back. But the thing is, bro, at that time, man have been shit for a decade, so I can't really call out David De Gea. But you see now, when I'm seeing Mandem give it back to him, and I'm seeing Dallo open on the flank, Shaw open on the flank. Maybe you've got Casemiro dropping deep, and he's just kicking it out of play, bro. I can't get on board with that for the next 4 years. I really can't. And I said it like a few months ago on my own thing. Ten Hag had the perfect opportunity to get rid of him or to make him back up. If Ten Hag approves this whole new deal next year, my energy isn't on David De Gea if he makes a mistake. It's on Ten Hag. You have the choice to get rid
I
of him.
think he's backup though. I think he stays as backup and we buy a new goalkeeper.
Not from what I've read, like bro, the way he speaks about him, like I love his leadership and his mentality, and he's been here and he understands the club. If anything, maybe in 2 years' time we might move on, but by that point, all of the nice, decent keepers like David Raya, bro, 15 million release clause. Actually, no, sorry, I might be wrong. I think it's 35 million. That Diego Costa, bro, from FC Porto. The keeper at Dortmund, fam, them man are there and available. In 2 years' time, what's to let you know they'll still be here? Man will have a dusty 34-year-old David De Gea.
I think he's going to be number 2, Brad, when he stays. I don't think that he's staying to be first choice, or else they wouldn't be asking him to take a pay cut. Like, genuinely, I don't think they're asking him to take a pay cut to stay as number 1, bro. I think he's going to be demoted to number 2, and he's a good player to have in the dressing room because he's been at the club. He's the longest serving player at the club, bro. He's been there since Sir Alex Ferguson. No one's been there longer than him. So it makes sense to have him there in terms of his experience and what he can pass on to, obviously, the younger players, probably the new goalkeeper, and also the fact that he, bro, like he's just probably got bare brethren there as well, bruv, speaks multiple languages. Like, he's just good to have in the dressing room, innit? Like, I don't have a problem with having him in the dressing room at all, but he can't be our starting goalkeeper. I'm not a fan of that Costa goalkeeper. I think he's doo-doo, bro. You know what I mean? Like, people, every time people show me him, yeah, they just talk about, oh yeah, it's distribution. I don't care about distribution, bro. Keep the ball out the goal, bro. You know, like that. Like, as much as De Gea's distribution isn't good, I don't want a goalkeeper that is as good with their feet as De Gea is with their hands, yeah, but worse with their hands, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these modern goalkeepers, everyone's showing me, oh yeah, look at man's kicking, look at his kicking and that, but man can't come for crosses. Like, I need a goalkeeper that can command their area. It's important. And I just, bro, I don't. Yeah, go on.
Nah, finish.
Yeah, I just don't trust a lot of these modern day goalkeepers, bro, to do goalkeeping things, bro. I don't trust them. Like, yeah, De Gea's passing is improved, but under pressure is still not good. If you give De Gea space and time, you can see that he's been working on his distribution with his feet, but it's still not good when you pressurize him. You see it. He puts the ball out for throw-ins, gives the ball to the other team, and it puts us under immediate pressure, bro. Like, and when you're trying to learn how to play out from the back, there's no point having ball playing centre backs if your goalkeeper can't play ball, bro.
You know what it is, yeah? Like you touched on the whole, there's no point in having a goalkeeper that's good at distributing when they're not really that good at saving any shots here. But the thing is, those two things go hand in hand, because I always say this, yeah, like David De Gea for me is like the specialist in putting out fires that he's caused himself. And bro, when you go back and watch games, like the amount of times I've seen David De Gea just pass the ball to the opposition. They do 2-3 passes, they get a shot away. David De Gea does the world-class save, and everybody gets excited. Like, oh my Lord, what an amazing shot. But bro, if man was to rewind 10, 15 seconds, You're the brother that gave the ball away in the first place. So
Yeah.
you say like, like with that Diego Costa, bro, I think in terms of shot stopping, I think he's decent. But I'll be real, people are looking down on him because of his poor. Was it the World Cup in the summer? In the
World
winter?
Cup,
Yeah,
it
the
was
World Cup.
horrible.
I'll be real. He had a poor World Cup campaign here, but bro, at the end of the day, like it's like they say, ball retention is a form of defense. If man can keep the ball, man then will not be shooting at us. Like for example, I think Edison is shit. Like I think Edison for me is bottom 5 in the Premier League when it comes to goalkeepers. But this brother, season after season, wins Golden Gloves. Season after seasons, gets clean sheets. He's up there, bro. This brother. There were periods where Man City, the opposition were averaging 1 shot against him, and it's not because he's an elite shot stopper. It's just he helps the team retain the ball, and that's my biggest problem with David De Gea, which is next
Yeah,
year.
but that's the
Besides
system, though. That's the system, though. The reason why Man United can't play like that is not because of David De Gea. It's because you got midfielders like Bruno Fernandes that can't keep the ball, bro, and other midfielders, bro. Like until we retain the ball better as a team, yeah, our goalkeeper, like just the goalkeeper being good with his feet ain't enough, bro. Manchester United don't dominate games. The reason why we don't dominate games is because we're a transition team. We're not a possession team. We don't have enough technically competent players here to play the way that the manager really wants. Because when you look at Ajax team and you look at Manchester United team, we don't play anywhere like them. We don't play the way the manager wants us to play, but he's making do with what he has in it. Like when you've got midfielders like Bruno, when you've got Fred, when you've got McTominay, it's really only Casemiro and Eriksen that I say can play a possession type football. And even Sabitzer, I'm not sure.
You know what it is? It's like, I always say it's like a little pattern. When you look at all the teams the managers that have come into clubs and they've been like, you know what, it is safe. Like, I want to transition to this team into becoming a more possession-based one. What's the first area they address? The goalkeeper. Pep came in and was like, yo, first area I'm shifting, Joe Hart, off you go. Arteta. The first thing Arteta done, he rolled in, he was like, yeah, Leno, it's time to bounce. And at the time, Arsenal were a counter-attacking team that had no technical security in the center of the park here. But he was like, it starts from the back. Even, what's his name? De Zerbi. De Zerbi's actually got a ball-playing goalkeeper in Sanchez. But even he said the other day, he was like, fam, I need a keeper because as a team, we dominantly play from the right-hand side. I need a goalkeeper that's right-footed. He brought in that Jason Steele brother and he dropped Sanchez. So I don't think it's got anything like once we replace David De Gea, that's when man can move forward up the pitch and then look at the defenders that can't play out from the back. Then the midfielders. But bro, at the end of the day, I would rather Bruno loses the ball in the opposition half than David De Gea just giving it out to man 30 yards out from goal. And nah, bro, I'm not on board with David De Gea's new deal at all.
No, I hear that. But that's what I mean. The David De Gea thing, yeah, and the Shaw thing, yeah. The one thing them two things have got in common, yeah, is you think, yeah, that David De Gea staying means that he's going to be first choice. And I think that Luke Shaw getting 4 years means that he's going to be first choice. Do you know what I'm saying? And long term, I feel like to be the team that I want us to be, I'm not trying to see either of them first choice. That's what it is. I think eventually Malacia probably displaces Luke Shaw anyway. Over the few, because he's young, bruv, like, and he still needs to adapt to the league and all these things. And the fact that he can play left back and right back and the manager trusts him, I think eventually he will play, and he's aggressive and the manager likes aggressive players. But technically on the ball, Luke Shaw's better in it. So it's one of them ones where you will see them interchanged a lot. But I still think we're signing a goalkeeper in the summer. If we don't sign a goalkeeper in the summer, that's when man need to ask questions of the manager and say, all right, cool, so what are we doing here? But until I see the transfer window, I'm not really sure, because I don't believe he'll bring in a goalkeeper that's not number one. It wouldn't make sense bringing in a second goalkeeper.